Day 11? Okay, there we go, sorry. No, you can just can't do that. One second. There we go. Listen, I'm too lazy to try to, put on headphones and stuff right now because I have allergies. They do not. So, I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, I don't really know it, but a YouTuber very recently got tested positive, but then also tested negative for COVID, so I looked it up, and apparently the percent of, that, like, false negative is, like, 20%, and that's quite high, so, I don't know, so even if you get tested negative, I guess stay really safe. Bob, last out some piss. I just woke up. It's too late, too early for this. Or too late, I guess. It says the P sounds. I hate it. 3 minutes in, just P sounds. And see, I'm questioning. I thought when Ethan asks, what will this will do to our ecosystem? I kind of thought he meant like his internal ecosystem, like his body's ecosystem. But then they're like, call the weatherman. It's like, well, oh. They just thought he meant his internal body ecosystem. this home sauna machine. Like, how many people just, like, actually use it? Like, I've seen a bunch of YouTubers buy it, but I never really seen them, like, people just using it casually. I've only ever seen people, like, trying it out, or doing whatever the hell this is. Listen, I'm too tired for this, guys. Yeah, with Mark keep bringing up, well, it can't be as bad as getting pepper sprayed. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not bad. You know, it's like Mark has this weird thing of being like, oh, it's all in your head, and it's like, yeah, everything is in your head. Like, that's how you experience the world. Yeah. So I forgot to put up the, no wonder, I'm so dark. Here, I'll watch it this way. I mean, yeah, so it's having him say that, like, oh, it's all in your head, or, you know, it's not as bad as blank. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not bad, or it's not an experience you have. So it's kind of odd that he does that. And by odd, I mean I don't love it. And then, yeah, Ethan's, you know, being pepper sprayed was pain. This is suffering. It's like, you know, and Mark does this quite often where it's like, oh, like in a previous episode, and maybe he was low-key joking, but he mentioned, like, oh, I just pretend I'm not in pain, so my brain doesn't register it. I'm like, that's not how that works. And he said that, like, it's not how that works. Very windy. So yeah, I hope into some capacity, Mark is just joking or exaggerating with what he thinks, because it doesn't make sense why you would be like, oh, you know, pain is all in your head. Just pretend it doesn't exist. And he does that with, like, other things too, like love. He's just like, oh, well, it doesn't. It's like it's all in your head. It's not really there. It's all chemicals. It's like, yeah, everything you experience all the time is just chemicals in your brain. Yeah. But then he also doesn't ever use that technique when he's actually in pain. Like, he made a joke about, like, what was it? Like, he was drinking something he didn't want to drink. It's like, oh, just pretend the pain's not there, so it's not there. And yeah, no, like, I know people that are like, oh, if you're cold or your toes are cold, just, but just have it pretend that it's warm and it feels warm or not cold. And it's like, okay, yeah, but that doesn't mean your body isn't, like, yeah, and no. Yeah, I think it's interesting that Mark's like, oh, maybe my pee's better than your pee. Oh, I think my pee's like pristine and stuff like that. Where it's like, it's odd that you then experience it way worse than maybe, I don't know. Maybe it just really gets to Mark. I don't know, but it's just because I guess he did react badly to Ethan's pee as well. So. I don't even want to watch. Like, Mark clearly just said he's gonna do this solely because Ethan already did it. And I know I mention this like almost every time, which just, it's so funny to me that like, he's definitely one of those kids that's like, if they're like, oh, drink this, and everyone's like, no, no, you're dumb. And then he would be one of those kids that are like, well, if no one else is gonna do it, I will do it to prove that I'm better. I wonder why the liquid just went through. I think they might have just overfilled it, or yeah, no, I was gonna say maybe it gets bubbly, but I don't know, and I don't want to think about it. I love how Ethan, when making a joke about like the grandkids being like, "What did you do?" Like at the height of your career, and it's like, why didn't you ask like what you did during the pandemic? You know, it's more than like the height of your career. It's almost like, I think people would associate the pandemic more to a particular time, like in 50 years, someone's gonna be like, oh, well, what was the pandemic really like? Or what did you do? Or stuff like that, instead of it being, or even 2020 and as a whole, just having everything that happened. Obviously, the pandemic started for us back in the very beginning of 2020, but for the first case, it's been over a year. It started in 19. So, I don't know, which is like, I think kids would more question like the pandemic or something more than like the height of your career. I want pizza. You mentioned pizza. I want pizza. Maybe I should ask if I can order pizza tonight, or we can order pizza. They did 3 videos of pee, drinking pee, saunaing in pee, and then there was a third. The soda stream. They put pee in a soda stream. That also, right? Was that that? God, I don't know. I think so. And if it is that, I am remembering, but no, that was apple cider vinegar. I don't know. Anyways, I wonder if you just need to put less in it so it doesn't spray everywhere. Pee in the sauna machine, and also apple cider vinegar in the soda stream. How hot is it in LA right now in end of November? Like, LA doesn't get cold, which is really odd to me. I mean, right now, weather here is absolutely bullcrap because of the climate change. The other day it was like 70 degrees. It should never be 70 degrees in November here. Full stop. Just should never happen. Yeah, with them saying, like, have your pee be as clean as your conscience. I'm like, flashbacks to how people find my videos and what they search up. Pretty messed up. Icky, yucky, icky boy is the funniest thing because it sounds so natural coming from him and so odd when I say it out loud. Anyways, day 11.